about this whole thing. The priestess, when I'm with my sisters before mistas. That's the Galentines creed, okay? When I'm with my sisters, we are like queens. It's royalty, it's regal, so that's so true. Hi, and welcome to another tarot reading with Karen. I'm Paula, and Karen, have you heard of Galentine's Day?
Well, I've heard a little bit about it. Why don't you tell us about it?
So, Galentine's Day, different people have different perspectives on what it is, but here's mine. First of all, I know Valentine's Day is really awesome, and if you're in a relationship, you should totally enjoy it. But there's this other thing, this special relationship in your life that is your sisterhood, right? These are your gal pals. And this is a day to celebrate your gals, Galentine. So, Karen, will you please do a reading just for us and our sisterhood?
Absolutely. So it's an honor. I'm just going to cut the cards. Okay, this is what's presenting, and this is amazing. This is the priestess. What's crossing it, what's above it, what's behind it, what's before it, and what's in front of it. So this is the first card is the priestess card. So this is for Galentines, for all of us, and for our gal pals, and for the sisterhood that we're in. This is the priestess card, and this is one of the major arcana cards, and this is what's presenting. So this is like the archetype that you can really like lean into when you think about getting together to celebrate the love you have for the sisterhoods that you're in. And this is a representation of a goddess energy who's connecting heaven and earth, and her hands are up like this, and you can see the phases of the moon she's wearing as like a crown is the phases of the moon, and there's this kind of grid-like background to her, and at the bottom are all this abundance in the universe. So there's crystals and grapes and bananas and coconuts, and this camel is like all this opulence. And so this is kind of what we can draw to us when we draw to us those female friends. And what she has across her lap is a bow and arrow. So there's this side of the priestess that is very strong, and it's like if you violate the boundaries of the priestess, you can pretty much expect to get ripped apart. And I think that is something as a sisterhood that is very, very common, that we don't like it when people mess with us, with our sisters. Okay, and then what that's crossed with is the virtue card. And this is the Three of Wands, and this does represent collaboration. It's like coming together in virtue with others. And so there's 3 wands, and they're crowned by the lotus blossoms. And this is a very, it's like this bright orange color, it's very alive, and it's blooming. And this is like coming together, like talk about coming together with a group. So a group is more than 2, so like getting together with your besties and having a celebration of how you really contribute to one another, and you really bring like goodness and virtue into the world through your friendship. So, and then the next 2 cards are what's above and what's beneath. And the above you is like, that's the card that's in the position of what you're aware of. And this is such a beautiful card. This is an ace card. Okay, this is just an amazing hand because we have like 3 aces in a row. We have 3 aces that are coming up. So here's the ace of discs. So this is like, just opulence in physicality. This is a very physical card. This has to do with life on earth, and looks very foresty. It looks like kind of the rings of a tree, and there's a disc in the middle, which can represent like a coin or money or gold. And then there's like this kind of lovely expanse of feathers, and it's all in this beautiful green, which reminds us of nature. So it's like when you come together in love and celebration of the girlfriends in your life, it's like they make you rich. There is like a richness and an earth earthiness to it. It's like you can just be yourself, but also just, you know, be funny and smart and witty and lively and alive and in celebration of the goodness of life. What's beneath it is this is the card that represents like kind of that what may be in the unconscious that you might not really be aware of. And this is another ace card, so that's a new beginnings card. It's like all this newness and new starts and freshness. And it's the Ace of Wands, so it's like bringing forth this kind of fire and aliveness and what do you want to create and how's your life and how can we support you and celebrate you. And it's this, you know, this wand that's just got all this flamey energy coming from it. And it's like this kind of willpower that we feel when we're with our sisters is like everything, you know, we want the best for the people that we love. And when we're coming together in celebration of our love for one another on Galentines, it's like, this is what is underneath. This is what's in the subconscious that is like that kind of drive and will and passion and that we have for the people that we love the most, especially the girlfriends. And now the next two cards, our last two cards, are what's behind us and what's before us. And what's behind us is the Chariot card. And this card can represent being introspective, can be you're alone, it can be meditation. It's like sitting on your chariot, you're not moving yet, but you're kind of like ready to go. And bags are packed, like you're ready to like go off into your next adventure, but you're kind of in the position of, okay, now taking some time to contemplate, to pray, to go within, to meditate. So there may be this kind of stillness, kind of quality, like leading up to the Galentines, like, okay, I'm just gonna just check in with myself and be with myself for a while. But then what's beyond the celebration of Galentines is Ace of Cups. So this is really pretty extraordinary to have 3 ace cards in this small hand. But this card is really about newness in emotions. So we have like the newness in the physicality in the Ace of Discs, and then the newness in like our intention and our will in the Ace of Wands. And this is more like just opening our hearts to like allowing new emotions to come in, like allowing, like getting together with your friends to be a source of just an inflowing of emotional energy. And you know, aliveness is quite emotional. And this card represents just a floodgate opening up, like a waterfall of new emotions coming down and just spilling over in a really positive way, like a new opening to who you are as an emotional being. Paula, would you like to just
Oh my goodness,
come in
I'm so
and
excited
add?
about this whole thing. The Priestess, when I'm with my sisters before mistas. That's the Galentine's creed, okay? When I'm with my sisters, we are like queens. It's royalty, it's regal, so that's so true. And also the whole virtue thing, the coming together, the collaboration. We are more together than we are apart. This ace of the forest thing, the one up top, of physicality, we get our nails done. I do my nails for women more than I do for men. We get our nails done, we wear our heels, we go out, we celebrate, right? This whole, the bottom one, we create, guys. That's what we do. We come together, we have the best ideas. So that's totally there. The waiting, we've all, just before we found our tribe, we were alone. There was some, you know, we were looking for them. We called them to us. We were waiting. We found them. When we found them, it's joy, the emotions, the laughter. The way I laugh with my girlfriends, I just don't laugh with anyone else. The laughter, the tears, the anger and indignation we can all just express and be there. So totally, this is a beautiful, beautiful hand for Galentine's Day, for my sisterhood, for my girlfriends, including you, Karen, including our tribe.
So we really want to invite you to embrace Galentines and create your own ceremony of inviting your near and dear sisterhood together. Call them. I mean, that's what we're doing energetically with y'all. We're calling you. Who wants to play?
Yeah.
Who wants to be a part of this? Who resonates? And that's what you can do in your own little or your own super ginormous world. Call to you. Who wants to come over? Bring whatever. You know, let's make it an event. You want to go out? We could eat. We could just be in my house and have a COVID-friendly Galentines. Wow! Small group gathering. How awesome is that to be? But the main thing is to be together. Thank you so much for joining us and for riding the wave of good fortune. We love you. We love that you're here.